Well, Grand Rising to all you electromagnetic golden source sparks out there. Felt like sharing a bit more in response to the last video, The Way Out, because I felt I left out some things. I can simplify it a bit more. And when we become the no thing, fully detached from all things within this mind dream machine, and we love ourselves fully. We trust our source knowing in every breath. So we start looking outside ourselves. We stop asking the questions why, and we fully anchor into our first cell, our first electromagnetic golden spark that is home in the void of the no thing, of the nothingness. And the way I know, the way I see it, the way I have experienced it, is that I've already told how it is for me when I'm this spark in this void. And I describe it just as peace, all knowing peace. You know, it's all and nothing at the same time. And when I look at it from above, there comes a pulse of, like an electromagnetic pulse goes outwardly. But yeah, and it's like it is carrying, it's like the source void, the original, let's call it the original source void of home. We enter through our own void. It's like um, how do you call it in English? It carries and it gives the power, through the source spark pulses to this dream game, this mind fuck, this illusion. And as long as we pulse our very, very powerful source spark, electromagnetic source spark, as long as we pulse it outwardly, the game exists. The illusion seems real. But as soon as we get into the no thing, we fully embrace that in essence we are no thing and therefore all knowing. We get deeper and 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 deeper into ourselves. We go through those levels of the maze. The way I went through the levels of the maze was through the element system. And now I know why, because the element mineral system, the element wombs, you could say, there are 5 wombs, 4 and 1 center womb, the earth womb, and you have the mineral pathways. And within those wombs, you have those layers within the maze, the galactic, the past lives, all those mind illusions, codings. So for me, was the way of working within the womb of the elements through the mineral pathways, making the triangle connections between the female and the male and the child energy to bring a layer within the maze to the center point, the center womb, the center point, the zero pathway to your own void, to your 0 point. That's how I did it. It was my way. And I share it also on my website, and you can try it for yourself. But in the now, I believe it's not even needed. You only have to love yourself. Make sure there's no lack left. And detach yourself. And know that you are no thing. Being no thing. And then you just automatically just open that 0 point pathway. You go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. And you fall to a void and another void and another void, because there are a lot of illusions also and layers within the void technology, coding within this dream illusion, this mind game. So, but trust that you know. Because if you're watching this video, you are probably one of those source sparks, electromagnetic sparks, that are so powerful, that upholding this whole game, that are, making sure this game keeps running with all its illusions. So you know how to get there. Trust that. That's all. Trust that. Stop asking questions. And if you're longing for some tools, along the way, I share something on my website. It's for free. It's a very easy way to diagnose yourself from the human perspective, the matrix illusion, to how to get through the element wombs, through the mineral pathways, through the layers of the maze, to that 0 pathway that connects you to the no thing that you are, the source spark. Yeah, and you start pulsing, pulsing, pulsing. You bring it all back home, you could say. All those electromagnetic light sparks, and you bring it home. You align everything that is part of your source original spark, you could say. You align everything to it. And then when everything collapses, because I believe if we all do that, we take away the pulse we give to the game. We bring it to that first source cell in the true void. It just collapses. And everything that is part of that first source spark, that is me, that is you, everything that is part of that has been made out of that powerful source first cell spark. And that can be your dogs, your cats, your children, your mother, that are made of that first source spark. Comes with you. That is why I say in the video before this one, suffering ends when you fully embrace that you are no thing, you are no matter, you do not belong to an ID entity, you do not belong to this dream machine. You know, it is us. We create the screen on the outside, from the inside. So the deeper you get into yourself, the poles become weaker and weaker and weaker for the game. You know, it gets stronger and stronger and stronger within yourself. And the stronger it gets inside yourself, the deeper it gets inside yourself, the lower, you could say, the lower the tune, the lower the frequency becomes. And therefore, it becomes very peaceful on your screen. And if we all do that, it collapses. That's what I know. That's what I believe. And and of course, I observe, you know, from that state of the no thing you observe, you are detached. And you see things going through your field, and you see things, you know, coming through the internet or through neighbors or, you know, stories and narratives and disasters everywhere, the weather control doing its dance. Well, we all know what the dark players would love to unfold, but it cannot happen. If the source connected first cells decide to become no thing, no longer an identity, I, the entity, detached from everything. Detach from your animals, from your mother, from your loved ones. You can detach from them. Because I know, and I am 100% sure of it, in this now moment, that my dogs are made from my, which is not even mine. It's not mine. It's no thing. It's a part of the void, the true void. Where is nothing and where is everything? They are part, made of that first source spark, electromagnetic spark, that gave out a pulse, you know, and they coded it. They made a copy of the first cell. They coded it. They divided it into two. They, um, you know, they split it in a way, and created dark and light. But I've talked about that before. If you wanna know how I experience that and how I see that, go to my blog on my website. You find it here on my YouTube. And I write also about the 144,000 and how I know and see it. And the triangle, how to, well, bring a maze layer, you could say, to the 0 point pathway, a program, while using the triangle of the moon program and the sun program, and the center program, which is in essence child, inner child energy. So if you want to know more about that, I would advise you to read my blog or look at some other videos. I guess the last 5 videos, the rest is too old. And when you come into that being that no thing, becoming that observer, that peaceful observer, fully detached, it doesn't mean that you lose empathy or that you know, um, it's just uh, things are happening in this dream game in this moment now. A lot of flooding and fires and a new war again. So there is a lot of stuff happening. But even if you are in a war or you're in a situation now and there's a fire or everything is flooding, if you're in the state of the no thing, the channel is, the pathway of the zero, you could say the 0 point is open. You've been through all those false layers of the void programs and you know and embrace yourself in the void and in your self love. You know that death is birth. There is no fear, there is only trust, and you know exactly what you need to do in every now moment that unfolds. So if you find yourself in a situation like that, there's a fire, there's a flooding, there's a war, suffering is everywhere, you will still be that calm, peaceful observer because you know death is birth. You go home and you know how to get home because you are already home in your first original source spark that upholds this whole illusionary game, this mindfuck, this dream machine. And probably you don't even experience the flooding or the fire or the war because you have already left the area, because you're in your knowing. So you're not even there. When you're in the knowing, you're fully detached. If you're a no thing, you fully embrace it and you love yourself. There's no lack left. Everything's demagnetized. The channel is fully open to your deepest, 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 deepest first cell. You know, and you trust your knowing. So there is no suffering. And programs cannot be activated. The mind machine cannot reach you because you are that no thing. You are that emptiness. And the machine cannot work with emptiness. The machine needs an electromagnetic pulse from you. And you don't give it any longer. And if we all do it, the whole illusion collapses. So I felt like sharing that because it more simple, or simply explained, I feel. Yeah, it's that simple, truly. Well, that's it. Bye for now. Lots of love to you all.